Yay. Okay, everybody. We'll go ahead and get started. Thank you so much for being here today. Happy fall. Beautiful day today. We're going to be using our foot rubs ball or your tennis ball, and hopefully you have some weights or something that can act as weights today. I sent a little email this morning, whether you got it or not. I'm not sure. Hopefully you did. Um, all right. So today's practice will be one of really bringing into the idea of self-awareness of what is it that your yoga can offer you today? What is it that you need from your body today? What is it that you need from your heart or your mind? What are some of those deepest heart desires that you have? And can we take a little bit of time to breathe and move today so that we can let um, those requests, those bodily and mindful requests, kind of percolate up so that we can be more aware of what we need. And just as an example, because I always like to give examples, having been in Ireland and Scotland for 3 weeks and only seeing the sun maybe 2 hours out of that entire time, not exaggerating, I felt an intense need to be outside and in the sun and just absorbing. My body was really requesting that sunlight for healing and just for re-energizing myself. So it took me a while to figure that out, but once I did and started spending more time in the sun and outside every chance I got, it was such a blessing. So take some time during our practice today, during our breath, to really listen to your body, find out what it's asking from you, and see if you can't honor your body with those requests today. Okay, so let's get settled into our practice. So shift your gift side to side so the sitting bones are rooted into your chair. Wiggle your feet around until you feel like they're really grounded and connected into the earth. Maybe the hands are going to rest gently on your thighs, holding your foot rubs ball if that feels good in your hand. And let's just take a few energizing, cleansing breaths as we breathe in through the nose and out through an open mouth with a audible sigh. Big breath in, releasing. Another breath in, releasing. And take a moment to just welcome yourself to your practice today. You're here, you're safe, you're among friends, among people who get it. And if it feels good and safe for you to close your eyes, you can gently lower your lids or just soften your gaze over your knees and start to take that inventory of who you are today in this present moment, because every day our bodies are a different machine. So thinking about what parts of our body are feeling pretty darn good today, and what parts might be calling for attention to let us be a little bit more gentle, whether it's that shoulder, whether we want to feel like we're moving through that warm water, whatever it is that uh, is calling for attention today. Starting with the crown of the head and moving down slowly the entire length of the body, just honoring any parts that might be offering you some challenges. And rather than fighting or being upset about those challenges, just like trying to make peace with that part of who you are today. Tomorrow's another day. So breathing in through the nose now and out through the nose. Start to really feel that sensation of the air moving into the nostrils, into the lungs. Really acquainting yourself with that breath, that beautiful life prana. And then with each exhalation, just allowing yourself to settle more deeply and get more rooted more deeply into this safe space. They're really feeling grounded and present here in this practice. So breathing in, I feel the air moving into my body. Breathing out, just allowing that acceptance of who and how I am in this present moment, rooted and grounded in this space. Couple more breaths, breathing in, seeing if you can take it just a little bit more deeply. And inviting a mantra, if you will. Breathing in, I know I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know I'm breathing out. Breathing in, I calm my body. Breathing out, I calm my mind. And if your practice today is solely using the breath, that is a beautiful practice. So anytime you are feeling a little fatigue or just need a break, go back to that breath and stay focused on that breath. It is your magic tool. Just one more lovely breath in. Belly softens, side ribs expand, chest broadens, and then a full and complete exhalation out. And then take a moment just to notice how your body feels when you just give it that 5 minutes of attention. No expectations. Bring your hands to your heart space, palm over the heart. Asking yourself, what is it that my heart is asking of me today? What do I need from my yoga practice today? Is it strength, patience, gentleness, or just simply attention to who and how I am now and finding that ability to be okay with that? And then bringing the hands together, finger to finger, palm to palm. Maybe you've got your foot rubs ball in between the hands or your tennis ball in between the hands. Press the hands toward each other. And we're going to take a lovely breath in and chant the sound of Om 3 times as we really use the diaphragm and the vocal cords to make this sound whole. Thinking about the cathedral of the mouth, really making this sound a beautiful sound, connecting us all together. So when you feel ready, exhale fully and then inhale. Om. 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 Notice the vibration of the body, the sound that it makes. And then blink your eyes open. And if you've got that ball, start to roll it between the hands. And I just want to remind you that that Om sound is another magic tool. It's not really magic, it's neuroscience actually. But when you make the sound at the end of the Om, it creates that vibration that helps calm the nervous system. It tickles a branch of your vagus nerve, and you'll feel it in the side of your ear, and it tickles that nerve and helps to calm your nervous system. So that Om, that humming, is a really wonderful way to take you out of a place of anxiety. Now take the ball the other direction. So you're going one way, then take it the other way. We're just going to do a little myofascial massage here. So take the ball onto your chest and roll it onto your chest as you swing that same side of your arm. Doesn't matter which side. If you're massaging the right side, swing that right arm a little bit and try to get the arm to feel loose and free. We're working on reducing some rigidity. And then roll the ball the opposite direction. And notice how weird that feels. And maybe your other arm starts to do some funky stuff. That's okay. All right, let's take it to the other side now. So roll the ball one direction and swing that arm. And see if you can't feel the blood rushing to the fingertips. Let the arm feel heavy as it sways back and forth. And then take it the other direction. That's it. Whoop, my arm starts going in circles too. Good. All right, let's take the ball and lift one hip up a little bit. See if you can't roll it on your hip joint and try to awaken some of those muscles in the glute area in the back. That muscle right along the side of the hip sometimes starts to get really lazy. All right, so we're going to give it some attention around that hip joint. And then start to roll the ball down your IT band, your iliotibial band here. That can feel a little bit tight and tense. I'm just rolling that up and down that leg. Never a waste of time to give yourself a little self-care with this myofascial release. Go down one more time. And then see if you can't roll it around the kneecap. This is sometimes where we lose the ball. Roll it around the kneecap. That's it. And then we'll take it to the other leg. So if this feels good to you after practice, just do it again, right? There might be some tightness or tension in some of these muscles. And this is feeling really good for me. Sitting on the airplane for a long time, being a little lazy with the jet lag, rolling it down the IT band and back up a couple times. This could be your practice one day, all right? Just doing this myofascial release with the ball, giving yourself some loving kindness, and then try to roll the ball with that same hand, which is maybe your dominant, maybe your non-dominant hand. Maybe even going the other direction, trying to switch things up a little bit. That's it. All right. Okay, if you have shoes on, you can leave them on. I'm not going to tell you have to take your shoes off. You can still roll the ball. That's going to help to get some range of motion in your knee joint. If you've taken your shoes off, roll the ball under your foot. All right, get that back layer of your myofascial chain there to get the neck released a little bit. So maybe you do this before you go to bed. Your shoes are already off and just have it down on the floor. And just remember to pick it up so you don't trip on it at night. And then go to the other side. You're like me, you're getting up 2 or 3 times a night anyway, right? Probably get more steps at night than I do during the day sometimes. No, kidding. All right, try to roll that ball all over the whole part of the foot. There we go. All right, and then I'm going to step that ball off to the side. And then just kind of shake the arms out, shake everything, just get settled back into the space. And then let's take our hands. I'm going to get a little closer. Just going to do a little acupressure now. Take the hands to the side. If that hurts, you can always massage up and down. This is acupressure for the hands. And then we're going to get to the heels of the hands. This is, again, something that's kind of nice to do during commercial breaks or while you're, and then do the outsides of the thumbs. If you're just sitting outside on a park bench, people will look at you funny, but they'll start joining in. Now, interlace your fingers, get the webs of your rings. Good. Oh, I got to show you the ring I got in with my brother. We got the same rings. It's a little trinity. Rotate your thumbs. I found out I'm 90% Irish. All right. Rotate your wrist. One direction. And then the other direction. Ooh, okay. Spread your fingers wide. Take them together and apart, together and apart. I'm wondering if the Margarets are Irish too. Together and no English. Yeah, no. Together and apart. Good. And then curl and fling, curl and fling. Curl those first knuckles, make a gentle fist and fling. Good. And then tap those fingers as fast as you can. Tap them, tap them, tap them. Good. Going back to my house here. Okay. All right, shake those hands out. And then we're going to grab one weight if you could. Mindfully pick up that weight. I didn't do it right, but grab one weight. We're going to start with the wrist while we're doing some facial yoga. So we're going to be doing two things with our body at one time. All right, but we'll start with one thing and then add on. I want to do a lot of layering today. So I've got my right hand on my right thigh. Left hand's going to cross over top. And my wrist is going to hang off. And we're just going to lift and pause and release. Lift and pause. Now, those of you that have had recent fractures, maybe you don't use a weight or use a lighter device. All right. Now, when we lift up, we're going to do a smile. Hold the smile for 3. Good. And then make a frown. Get those facial muscles working. Good. And then do a surprise, big eyes. Keep the hands going. We're doing two things at one time. Big surprise, big eyes, big open mouth. Good. And then scrunch your face all up. Scrunch your nose, scrunch your lips, squeeze your eyes. Good. Oh, my wrist is getting tired. Then we're going to go blink and big blink. Good. Woo. Let's switch. That was a lot. Okay, let's start to get the muscle memory going for the wrist first. Lift, pause for a minute and lower. And then we're going to smile, big smile. Good. And frown. Try to do 3 in each. And then surprise. Big open mouth, big wide eyes. Good. And then scrunch everything up. Good. And then blink, blink, and blink. Good. Okay. Let's set that weight down in a place where you can access it quickly again, because we're going to interweave the weights in our practice today. All right, sitting up nice and tall in your very best seated mountain pose. So walk your feet a little bit ahead of your knees. Notice you're going to, if you can pull away from the chair a little bit, it's going to take a little more core strength to hold you up. Press your hands into your legs to grow tall. So push and grow. Then soften your shoulders back and down. Chin's parallel to the earth. Take a nice breath in. And as you exhale, we're going to rotate the head over towards that right shoulder and let the eyeballs keep looking over the shoulder. Get a little bit more movement. Pause here. Take another breath in. And as you exhale, sweep it around the other direction. So look over that left shoulder. Let the eyeballs keep roaming. Let the eyes go to the far corner of your eyeball socket. See if you get a little more movement in the neck. Breath in. Exhale, come back to center. Good. Lower the chin in the direction of your chest, and then sweep your chin along your right collarbone, and then take that left arm out to out kind of a little back and away from you as you rotate the palm up. So really try to rotate from the top of your arm and walk that arm back and away from you just a little bit. And stretch across that left side of your neck. Now sweep your arm out in front of you and notice where you feel sensations shift in that neck region. So I still have my right ear over my right shoulder, reaching long with my left fingertips. Good. All right, I'm going to bring the left hand back, but I'm going to cradle my head in my right hand and then use the strength of your hands to lift your head back up to neutral and then bobble back and forth a little bit. That takes a strain out of your neck somewhat. So you've already kind of overstretched it. So by helping support it, you can set it back up a little more easily. All right, lower the chin toward the chest and sweep it over towards your left shoulder. Take that right hand out to the side, flip the palm up so the thumb's pointing behind you, and then walk that arm back and away from you, looking for sensation that maybe opens up the chest a little bit, maybe feel sensation all the way down that arm, from earlobe to shoulder, all the way to those fingertips. One more breath here. And then sweep that arm out in front of you, keeping the head tilted as best you can. Reach a little further as if somebody's handing you a gold piece. And you got to just reach to get that. All right, one more breath. All right, let's bring that right hand back, but cradle your head in your left hand, and then use the strength of your hand to lift your head back up. Put your head back on your socket. I tell you, if mine wasn't attached sometimes. All right, just bobble back and forth. Good. Okay. All right, let's do some nice shoulder rolls now. So let's take those shoulders up to your ears, back and down. And these are going to be exaggerated shoulder rolls. So taking them up towards the ears, pointing those elbows back and behind me, reaching the fingertips long to the earth, up and back. Just a couple more. Good. And notice if you can feel any sensation in your back body. Can you take your shoulders around the other direction? And those of you that are having challenges with your shoulders today, being mindful and gentle, what do you notice? What do you still notice? Good. All right. Let's do that nice shoulder opener. So we've got our hands pointing, facing our belly, and the thumbs are pointing up. This is a really nice way to lift your arms up in a mechanical way that works for the shoulders. Now I'm going to start to reach the arms up as the thumbs point down, palm faces away from me, and then they point up toward the ceiling. And then come back down again, palms are facing away from me, thumbs are down, and then rotate the thumbs up, palms are facing the belly. All right, so it's just a nice sweeping of those arms up and then lowering back down, or connect this with the breath. Take it as far as this feels comfortable for you, one or both arms, whatever's working for you today. Maybe reaching the arms a little higher if that feels good in your body, and lowering those arms back down one more time. Inhale, reach the arms up, keep those palms up. We're going to take them out to the side with the palms facing down. Reach those arms down towards your side. Good. That's that arc of pain right here. So if you notice you have that arc of pain, your movement will just be more like this. If that feels better for you. Nobody says you have to lower your arms like wings, right? So do what works in your body today. Okay, so if two ways you can do things. We're gonna do two things again, all right? We're gonna make our right side and left side do two different things. So I'm gonna show you first one way. I'm gonna take the right arm all the way up out to the side, the left arm halfway up, and then turn the palms and go back down. Now, if that didn't feel good for you, you can do it the same way. Take the right arm up halfway and all the way, and the left arm up halfway. So you can still do it this way if the arc of pain is getting you today. All right, let's go to the other way. So now the right arm's going to go halfway, left arm's going to go all the way up. Looks like everybody's doing it this way, and then lower back down. All right, this time right arm's going to go all the way up, left arm halfway, and come back to neutral, and then left arm's going to go all the way up, right arm halfway. Good. Right and left sides doing two different things. Good. Now bring your elbows into your side body with your palms up like you're serving a tray. Roll your shoulders back, squeeze your shoulder blades together as you walk your hands away from you. Now this is going to measure what's going on with your rotator cuff. So if you're having pain here and you know your rotator cuff's messed up, then just only go as far as there's no pain. Use that just comfort guide to guide your movement. Crisscross left over right. And then open the hands out again. I'm keeping the elbows locked into the side body. Squeezing the shoulder blades together. Hands are open, fingers are spread wide, and this time right is going over left. One more time each way. So inhale as you walk your hands away from you, squeeze the shoulder blades together. This is much a back body exercise as a shoulder. We're going to take left over right. Hands are staying open and the fingers are spread as wide as possible. Inhale, open up one more time. And exhale, bring right over left. Good. Nice. All right, we've got our hands here. So now we're going to turn our hands away. We're going to push away and then grab onto whatever you need from the universe and pull those elbows into the side body. Palms are facing up. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Maybe lift that heart chest up a little bit. And then exhale, push away again. Exhale, grab what you need. Pull those elbows into the side body. Lift your heart space. Squeeze the back body. Press and pull. Good. Big breath in. Exhale. And then squeeze, lift. Exhale. That feels really good if you do it. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Get rid of all that frustration, anger, whatever emotions you might be feeling. Two more. Pull in all that's good and helpful and push away what you don't need. Beautiful. And lower those hands back down. Okay, we're going to grab our weights. We're going to grab both weights this time. So I'm going to turn and face the weights, pick up one at a time, put one in my hand and then the other. Those of you with the shoulder issues are only going to be using one weight. All right. So we're going to start with the hands on the at the shoulders. Going to reach up the right arm, reach up the left arm. Keep the right arm up and just lower the left arm up and down. Now you do what works best for you, trying to align the bones of my shoulder so that my wrist is hovering over the shoulder of my right arm so that it's all stacked. And the stacking is doing most of the work. If that's too much, keep that right arm down toward your shoulder. All right, no have-tos in this class. You do what works best for you. Let's do two more. One, good. And two, let's switch then. I'm going to keep that left arm up and reach the right arm up and down, up and down. Again, if that does not feel good on that left shoulder, that left arm can come down and just hover right over top of the shoulder. All right, let's do three more. I'm going to go press up. Keep that belly drawn in to help support your core, to help make this movement just a little bit more doable. Oh, baby. All right. Whew, take a breath. Take a break. Somebody hasn't been doing weights in a while. That would be me. Okay, let's do a little bit of goalpost. Now this one's really challenging, so you can keep your elbows closer to your body if that feels good, and go back and forth this way. If your shoulders are feeling pretty good today, try to get your elbows in line with your shoulder. Palms are facing away from you, and then bring those weights facing your face. Right? And keeping the elbows in line with the shoulder, then open up again. Squeeze the shoulder blades toward each other. Good. And then open those weights out. Again, if that does not feel good in your body, lower those elbows a little bit. Nice. Oh, you guys look strong today. Wow. Let's do two more. And one. And last one. Nice, good, and lower those elbows down. Now this next one, you can use the weight or not. It's going to be like a tennis move. So if your shoulders are tweaky today, I would recommend releasing the weight. But we're going to start with like I'm not a tennis player, but like a forearm tennis with that left hand. I've got the palm facing out to a diagonal. I'm just going to cross it over my body into a diagonal, holding on to that weight. Again, if that didn't feel good, put the weight down, okay? I'm going to sweep it out in front of us, and you bend the elbow if that feels better. And the trick here is don't clobber yourself in the head with the weight. Let's do two more. One, and using a weight or not. Good. And two. Nice. Let's go to the other side. So taking that right arm out to the diagonal, palm is facing outward, and cross it over the body and release it back. Try not to use momentum, but strength to lower the arm back down to the diagonal 45-degree angle there. Good. Let's do three more. One. Nice. And two. Good. Very nice. And last one. Good. Okay. I'm going to set these bad boys down again mindfully. So that's part of the workout is picking up and lowering your weights back down. Okay. I think my body is saying it's time to work our spine a little bit. So take your feet out just a little bit wider than hip distance apart. Hands are going to rest on your thighs and just start to rotate your torso. Get as deep into this as feels good for you today. Good. Try to keep your eye gaze on one thing so you don't get dizzy. And then take it the other direction. It's like that little, I call it the reset. So when things start to feel weird, this kind of resets your nervous system a little bit too. Okay. Now bring your feet back to neutral, to hip distance apart, and we're going to do some cat-cow. So hands are on the thighs. Let's slide them over the knees, chin to the chest. If you do not have osteoporosis, go ahead into a cat. If you have osteoporosis, please stay neutral rather than flexing into this cat pose. Let the shoulder blades spread across your back. Feel that nice stretch across the shoulders. Reach your fingertips as far down towards your feet as you can to really stretch the arms. Going to pause here for just a second. And then when you're ready, inhale, slide the heel of your hand towards your hips. Lift your heart space. Try not to crunch the lower back. Take your eye gaze up to the seam of the ceiling and the wall. Please do not crunch your neck all the way back. I don't want to cut the blood supply off to your brain. Good. And then exhale, round, chin to the chest. Fingertips reach toward the feet. Nice spreading of the shoulder blades. And then inhale, lift the head, lift the heart. Good. And think again about what is it your heart was asking of you today? What is it that you need from your practice today? And when you inhale and reach your heart forward into your cow pose, you can kind of let your heart be open to that. Exhale, round into cat, chin to the chest, shoulder blades spread. Inhale, lift the head, lift the heart. Open that heart up for whatever is available. And last one, exhale, round. Inhale, lift the heart. And then come back to neutral. Nice. Okay. Let's take our blocks for a second. If you have blocks, if you don't, that's okay. I'm just going to do a little bit of forward folding. So this forward folding requires a straight spine. You're hinging from your hip. You're not rounding your back, all right? So you want to pretend like your torso is a plank, a solid board, all right? So you can have your blocks kind of the same height as your thighs by stacking them, or you can make a T, or if you know that you're feeling pretty good today, you can lower them down to a lower point. All right, I'll put them right in the middle for now. We're going to take our feet out as wide as feels comfortable for you. We haven't really stretched the inner thighs yet, so don't overdo it, but get them out just a little bit. Press your feet into the floor. So lift and spread your toes, push your feet into the floor. Then hands on the thighs, press the hands into the thighs, growing tall. And then start to hinge forward with that straight spine. Head and neck are staying in alignment. And then you can keep your hands right where they are, or you can bring them to the middle here, to your blocks. If that feels like you're looking for a little more sensation, you can lower your blocks a little deeper, but don't round your back to get there. Try to keep your spine straight, please. All right, so keep pushing the feet into the floor, press the hands into the blocks, get your spine really nice and long. Pause here for another moment, and then bring the hands back up to the thighs, press back up to sitting, big breath in, and then exhale, hinge forward again. Go to what works for you today. Nice. Good. Beautiful. And then come back up again. All right, we're going to come up on the heel of the right foot and bring that right knee in the direction of the left calf, looking for a stretch across the outer thigh of that right thigh. Give it a little massage with your hand. Good. All right, bring that back up. Come on the left heel and bring that left knee in the direction of the right ankle and give that left outer thigh a little massage. Good. It almost looks like it's going to rain today. I just talked to my daughter in Chicago and she said it was pouring, and I always get their weather. So here it comes, right? Okay, good. All right, so now take the blocks onto either side of you. If you don't have them, that's fine. You can use your hands on the side of the chair. And we're just going to start to tick-tock a little bit, kind of shifting our weight side to side, touching the block, starting to warm up the side body. And again, we're trying to keep the spine long and straight. Next time you're on that right side, can you just stay there for a minute? So if you're not holding on to the block, you can hold on to the side of the chair. Put your left hand on your hip. We're going to do a little sequencing here for the brain. So left hand on the hip, left hand rises up to goal post, reaches up towards the sky. Maybe the upper arm comes in line with the ear. You can find what works for you. Good. Come back to the sky. Bend the elbow to goal post. And then bring that hand. So this is a rotate of that shoulder. Bring the hand back onto the hip. Let's do that a couple more times. Rotate the shoulder open, palm faces out, reaches up, upper arm in line with the ear, reaches up, goal post, and then rotate that arm back down so the hand's on the hip. One more time. Wave that hand up, reach to the sky, upper arm in line with the ear, reach for the sky, goal post, hand to the hip, lift back up. Rock back and forth, do what it takes. Good. Let's try the other side. So tick on over to that other side. So the left hand's resting on the chair or the block. Right hand is on the hip. Take a break in as your spine is long. Inhale. Nice salute with that hand. Reach the arm up overhead. Upper arm in line with the ear. Back up to the sky. Goal post. Rotate the hand back down to the hip. Rotate up to the sky, upper arm with the ear, sky, goal post, and back to the hip. Last one. Reach up, upper arm in line with the ear, up to the sky, goal post, and back. Good. And lift back up. Move around whatever you need to do. A couple torso circles always feels good. Nice. Okay. Let's do a little bit of twist here. So I'm going to put my right hand on my right side of my leg, left hand's on the thigh, and just going to slide that right hand along the outer hip, elbows pointing back behind, and gently allowing the torso to twist and follow that elbow as my eye gaze looks back over my right shoulder. Just pausing here, belly draws in, stay nice and strong here, and come back to center. We'll do that side again. So inhale as you lengthen. Exhale, begin to twist to the right as you slide your hand down that IT band, Elbow points back, eye gaze looks over the shoulder. Pause here for just a moment. Good. And then come back to center. Other sides. Taking that left hand to the left side of the thigh. Take a breath in as you lengthen, draw the belly in. Gently twist to the left as you slide your hand along your thigh. Elbow points back, look over that shoulder. Pause here for a moment. And then bring that hand, slide it back up towards your knee, twist back to center. One more time, inhale. As you exhale, gently twist to the left, elbow points back, eye gaze looks back at that elbow, pause, and then come back to center. Beautiful, good. And then make a few more circles here, and realign everything. That's my reset button, right? Okay. Now let's see if it's possible to swing your arms back and forth, get a little bit of freedom of movement in those shoulders, and then reach for the chair legs behind you. So I'm trying to hold on to the back of the chair, trying to get a really good shoulder opening here. So holding on to the back of the chair, squeeze the shoulder blades together so you're really scrunching your back body. And then hinge forward a little bit, maybe even walking the hands up, really trying to get a nice stretch in the shoulder. Doing okay, Bob? And take a break. Okay, squeeze the shoulders together. Good. All right, and then release that. Give yourself a hug, wrap around. Nice. Open the arms, cross the other arm over top. Good. All right. Now that we've opened up our inner thighs and our shoulders, let's do a little gather and sew. All right, so there's two ways you can do it. One is going to be hands on the thighs, and with the belly drawn in and the torso nice and straight, you're going to hinge forward. This will be your gather, and then your sew will be just take the arms out to the side. So it's gather, hinge forward, use that core strength to lift back up and sew. All right, that's your option number one. Option number two would be to scoop up all that you can gather and then give it back away. All right, so think about gathering all that is good. And then I think our universe needs a little goodness, so send it back out, right? Gather that which is good. Believe it or not, there's so much good still left in this world, right? And we're going to gather it and then spread it out to everybody else because we all need it. You can keep some for yourself if you want. Let's do two more. Gather. This is a big core strengthener here as you hinge forward, right, and lift yourself back up. Good. And then bring those hands together and down to your heart. And that's where maybe you can take any leftover residual goodness that's stuck on your hands and put that into your heart. Walk your feet back together. And we are going to do a little bit of fancy footwork here now. Take a breath. And let's start tapping those toes. Tap, 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 tap. Tap them as fast as you can. Tap them as fast as you can. Yep, one might go faster than the other. That's okay. That happens to me. And then tap your heels as fast as you can. Tap your heels. Good. And then let's alternate heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe. And again, trying to go fast if that feels okay in your body. Good. Okay. Now, if you have your blocks, put your blocks out and grab your weight. Grab your weights. All right, we're going to do a twofer again, right? Trying to get as much in our practice as we can. All right, I'm going to stick my feet on the blocks, but let my heels hang over the back side of it so I can actually let my heels drop. All right. So if you don't have block, that's okay. Just keep lifting your heels and toes. That's okay. But let me show you what I'm doing here. I've got the toes on the block and the heels lowering down. So I'm getting a stretch in the Achilles tendon all the way up to the calf. And if you lean in a little bit to it, sometimes you might feel even more sensation. All right, so let's try to get our heels, lift the heels up and then lower the heels down toward the floor. All right, get a nice stretch, lift and spread your toes. All right, we're going to do a few bicep curls as we lift our heels off the block, lift them up, come up on your tiptoes, and then lower the arms down as you press the heels down toward the earth. Again, if you don't have a block, you just lift and lower your heels. All right, you're trying to get a nice bicep strengthening and a little bit of an Achilles and calf stretch here. So nice and slow, we're not in any hurry. Lift and lower. Let's do 3 more. Lift and lower. Good. Lift and lower. Last one, lift and lower. Good. Now kick your block out in front of you, right block out in front of you, and straighten your right leg with your heel on the block and your toes up toward the sky for a hamstring stretch. All right, place your right hand and your right weight on your right leg and just pause here for a moment, get that stretch, toes towards the nose. Then we're going to take that left arm and work the tricep a little bit as we lengthen the spine, hinge forward, and press that left arm back behind you. All right, sit up, bring the arm back, and then hinge forward again. So we're doing a gentle little stretch, nice and slow, also getting a bit of a triceps workout here. That making sense? Getting a hamstring stretch, toes are toward the nose, right hand's resting on that right leg, left arm is facing away from me, pressing the weight back to get a tricep stretch. Nice and slowly. Let's do 3 more if we can. 1. And again, it's always optional, right? You can do the weight part if you want and just enjoy the hamstrings or just enjoy the hamstring stretch. Okay, let's switch sides. So I'm going to bring that block back and extend the left leg long. The weight's going to rest on my left leg. Right hand's going to hang down by my side. Toes towards the nose, lengthen that spine, get that nice stretch. Stay here if this is enough for you. If you'd like more, you're going to hinge forward just a bit as you press that right arm back behind you, right? And then release that, sit back up, press back and away, hinge forward. This is a nice and slow movement. This could feel a little complicated doing, number one, we're doing new moves, a new practice. So if it feels a little awkward to you, give yourself some grace. Don't worry about it. It's something we've never done before in this way. So it is new and it's hard to do when I'm not there with you, really seeing everything that's going on. Let's do 2 more. Press back, nice triceps press and lift up. And last one, triceps press, good. And then lift up, good. Okay, I'm going to kick these blocks out of the way and have the weights resting on my middle thigh. If your lower back is just about had enough, scoot your hips all the way back to the back of the chair and rest your back on the back of the chair. We're going to do a slow march as we lift one foot up with that weight and hold it for a couple seconds, really trying to strengthen the hip flexors. And if you choose to extend your foot and show me the underside of your foot, you're going to really strengthen your quadricep too. We're going to alternate knees, lift, extend, lift, and lower. Option is to just lift the heel, keep the toes connected to the earth, and maybe just lift that heel a little bit if you're feeling some fatigue by now. So you have 3 options. One is to just lift the heel. One is to lift the knee and then lower it. And the third option would be to lift the knee, extend the leg long, show me the bottom of your foot, bring the knee back into the chest and lower it down. It's your practice. You get to do it however you want. Let's do 1 more each leg. These leg strengtheners are really important to help you maintain your independence. for as long as possible. Keep those legs strong, right? Good. Woo. All right, had enough of that. Let's put the weights down for a little bit. The quickest hour of my life. You're probably thinking, it's the longest hour of my life. I hope not. All right, bring the feet together, take the knees apart, do a little butterfly. Breathe in, big breath out, another breath in, and out. Okay, let's do a little bit of agility here, okay? So this is where we get to dance some. So our legs should feel a little fatigued, but now without weights on them, they might feel a little bit lighter. So taking that right foot and just do a little heel toe, and then swing the opposite arm. So when the right foot is out, the left arm is forward. When the right foot is back, the left arm is forward. Just as if you were walking in the park, right? It's the heel and a toe, heel and a toe. This is where I wish I could sing. Last one. Good. Let's switch to the other side. So extending that left foot and the right arm. All right. And then bring that left heel toe back, right. You know what I mean. I lost my words. Switch. Good. And switch. Good. A contralateral movement. All right. Now we're going to put it together and do one leg and then the other. So I'm going to start with the right leg and the left arm's going forward. And then I'm going to extend the left leg and the right arm's going forward, and then switch, switch, switch. More like a normal walking pattern, right? If you walk with your heels. Good. Couple more. It's going to get your heart going up a bit too. And last two and one. Good. Now let's bring the hands to the heart and take that right leg out to the side with the arms out to the side. And then bring the fingers together and the leg comes back in. Now, if I don't kick the flowers here, and back. So we're going to alternate out and in. Good. Out and in, out and in. So it's a challenging practice today, getting you to move everything at one time. Good. Let's take a little break. Take a breath. And then we will put that together. Okay, I'll just show you real quick. It's going to be heel and toe, alternate heel and toe. And then we'll do out and in, out and in. Okay, so it'll be 4 counts of the forward and then 4 counts to the side. And we'll try to do that 2 times. Okay, you do what you can do. You can you can modify it however you want. But let's start with that right foot going forward and the left arm. All right, so ready, and heel, right and left. Now hands to the center. Right goes out, left goes out, right goes out, and left goes out. Back to forward. Right foot forward, left foot forward. Right and left. Good. Out to the side and left, out and in. One more time, right and left, right and out to the side, out and in, out and out. Good. Sorry, I did a terrible job of cueing that, but I think you got it. I hope you got it. But that's a good practice to do, just to kind of that 3 o'clock when you're like, I just need to take a nap. This will help. Doing something like that will help to energize you and get that blood circulating again. So that's kind of a fun thing to do. You could put some music to it. Nothing like having music and putting a little dance in during the day. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. I think it's about time to settle it down a bit. Why don't we end with an eagle pose? All right. So I'm going to take this left leg and cross it over the right leg and squeeze the legs toward each other. And then bring my fingertips together, heel of the hand, and then working to get the elbows in the direction of each other. Lower the chin to the chest and Squeeze everything to the midline. Squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it. One more breath. And then inhale, open the arms, flap the wings like an eagle, uncross the legs, roll the shoulders a couple times, and let's take it the other way. So right leg goes over left, arms come up to goalpost, fingertips connect, heel of the hand, elbows point toward each other. Squeeze everything to the midline. Squeeze your thighs together. Squeeze your elbows together. Chin lowers toward the chest. Get that nice stretch across the back body. One more breath here. And then inhale, open the arms, uncross the legs, and roll the shoulders a couple times. Beautiful, everybody. Nice. Okay. All right, get comfy in your chair now, whether that's using blocks for your feet. If you want to take the soles of the feet together, take the knees out to the side. Maybe placing the hands, if you're feeling receptive, you can have your hands open. If you're feeling that need to be and stay grounded, put your hands on your thighs. And then take a couple cleansing breaths, breathe in through the nose, audible sigh out, one more breath in. Then invite the eyes to close again, reconnect with your breath. Feel the air moving into the nostrils, down the throat, and into the lungs. And as you exhale, invite your body to just really settle into this space. Maybe it feels a little heavier, more grounded, rooted into this space. Follow your breath for a few more rounds. Breathing in, I know I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know I'm breathing out. Breathing in, I calm my body. Breathing out, I calm my mind. And take a moment to come back to your heart's deepest desire. What is it that you wanted from your practice today? Strength, stillness, gentleness, grace, acceptance. Please feel free to stay in Shavasana as long as you like. If your body is feeling relaxed and you'd like to linger in your Shavasana a little bit longer, please feel free to do so. Otherwise, you take the hands, rub the hands together. Take a breath in, an easy breath out. Maybe cup the hands over the eyes for just a moment. Feel the energy of your work today really seeping into your body. Tap across the top of your head, across the temples, under the eyes, under the nose, the sides of the jaw, coming down to the heart, resting on the sternum. Blink the eyes open, bring the hands to the heart space. Thank you so much for joining me in practice today. I've really missed you guys so much. So may all the light and love in my heart honor that same light and love in each of yours. And bow your head to honor your practice. And then blink your eyes open and greet your beautiful Sangha with Namaste. And you are muted if you want to unmute and say bye to everybody or whatever you want to do. So good to see y'all today. Lancha, Lancha, Lancha. I love it. She's got her Irish cheers. Aw, it's sometimes I wish we used to be able to unmute everybody, and they took that beautiful skill away from us. Good. So, oh, bye-bye. Bye, Jim. So good to see you. Bye-bye. Bye, Jim. Thank you for joining. Keep up the hard work. Is it not letting us unmute? Let's see. Really being, oh, I need to take the, hmm, hmm. It won't unmute for anybody? What did I do? Oh, I hear somebody. I hear somebody. There we go. I'm going to stop recording. There we go. Cannot unmute. What did we do? Stop recording with me.